What are you going to do?
It's a system all my own.
One guiding thought in putting together our list of the best certified fresh romance movies was making a list with heavy dramas and darker delights, without making it totally dour. So, lighter masterpieces that fit in the best romantic comedies category tended to stay there, as we sought out movies with sweep, an enamorous kind of spectacle, and most importantly, certified fresh with at least 40 reviews. So whether your date is hot or Haagen-Dazs, like in my case, get ready to be couch-locked by love with our list of the best romance movies of all time. Starting with number 10, The Princess Bride. A fairy tale adventure about a beautiful young woman and her one true love. He must find her after a long separation and save her. They must battle the evils of the mythical kingdom of Florian to be reunited with each other. Based on the William Goldman novel The Princess Bride, which earned its loyal audience. Starring Carrie Elways, Robin Wright, Mandy Patinkin, and directed by Rob Reiner. Critics say, a delightfully postmodern fairy tale, The Princess Bride is a deft, intelligent mix of swashbuckling romance and comedy that takes an age-old damsel in distress story and makes it fresh.
Marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Marriage, that blessed arrangement, that dream within a dream.
Stand your ground, men! Stand your ground! Stand your ground!
I'm the great part Roberts. There will be no survivor.
No, not yet.
My men are here. I'm here. But soon you will not be here.
No! Light him.
The great power Roberts takes no survivor. All you worst nightmares are about to come true.
Then love, true love, will follow you forever.
Number 9, Before Midnight. On the last night of their idyllic Greek vacation, longtime lovers Jesse and Celine reminisce about their lives together and what different choices might have brought. Starring Ethan Hawke, Julie Delpy, Seamus Davy Fitzpatrick, and directed by Richard Linklater. Critics say, building on the first 2 installments in Richard Linklater's well-crafted Before trilogy, Before Midnight offers intelligent, powerfully acted perspectives on love, marriage, and long-term commitment.
So he and Melina were a real thing.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen now?
I don't know. They must be friends on Facebook. You know, they'll keep in touch at least for a while.
Hey, what if they ended up spending their whole life together? You know?
You're so corny. Sometimes
No,
I'm just
I
like,
just- I mean-
are you? What are you?
No,
A 12-year-old
I'm just-
girl?
it's-
I mean, first love? Do you even remember who it was?
Yeah, I do. It was you.
Oh, please, like you're a virgin at 23.
No,
I
you
don't.
said first love, not first sexual experience. Okay.
Okay, fine. Like I'm the first woman you've ever fell in love with.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't
the
think
first
so.
one I felt truly connected to. Sure. What? I
Okay.
wasn't your first love.
No, of course not.
Oh. No, I thought I was.
No, Jesse, stop
It's okay.
this.
It's okay.
It's dumb.
It's not a big deal.
No. Okay. How old are you? Come on.
I'm 41. I've loved only you.
You're so working on our little night.
Hell
aren't you?
yeah. I got a Trojan in my billfold and a rocket in my pocket.
I'm stuck with an American teenager.
Number 8, Portrait of a Lady on Fire. In 1770, the young daughter of a French countess develops a mutual attraction to the female artist commissioned to paint her wedding portrait. Starring Noemi Merlan, Adele Hanel, Luana Bajrami, and directed by Celine Sciamma. Critics say, a singularly rich period piece, Portrait of a Lady on Fire finds stirring, thought-provoking drama within a powerfully acted romance.
Venez ici.
Venez. Approchez-vous. Regardez. Si vous me regardez, qui je regarde moi? Quand vous ne savez pas quoi dire, vous baissez la tête et vous touchez votre front. Quand vous perdez le contrôle, vous haussez les sourcils. Et quand vous êtes troublé, vous respirez par la bouche.
Number 7, the Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Genevieve, a beautiful young French woman who works at a small-town boutique selling umbrellas, falls for dashing mechanic Guy. Their brief romance is interrupted when Guy is drafted to serve in the Algerian War. Though pregnant by Guy, Genevieve marries an older businessman, Roland, and begins to move on with her life. Throughout the musical film, all the characters' dialogue is conveyed through song. Starring Catherine Deneuve, Nino Castelnuovo, Anne Vernon, and directed by Jacques Demy. Critics say Jacques Demy elevates the basic drama of everyday life into a soaring opera full of bittersweet passion and playful charm in The Umbrellas of Cherbourg, featuring a timeless performance from Catherine Deneuve.
Mais je ne pourrai jamais vivre sans toi. Je ne pourrai pas, ne pars pas, j'en mourrai. Je te cacherai et je te garderai. Mais mon amour ne me quitte pas.
Tu sais bien que ce n'est pas possible.
Je ne te quitterai
Mon amour, il faudra pourtant que je parte. Tu sauras que moi, je ne pense qu'à toi. Mais je sais que toi, tu m'attendras.
Number 6, It Happened One Night. In Frank Capra's acclaimed romantic comedy, spoiled heiress Ellie Andrews impetuously marries the scheming King Wesley, leading her tycoon father to spirit her away on his yacht. After jumping ship, Ellie falls in with cynical newspaper reporter Peter Warren, who offers to help her reunite with her new husband in exchange for an exclusive story. But during their travels, the reporter finds himself falling for the feisty young heiress. Starring Claudette Colbert, Clark Gable, Walter Connolly, and directed by Frank Capra. Critics say, capturing its stars and director at their finest, It Happened One Night remains unsurpassed by the countless romantic comedies it has inspired.
We should take those things off the walls of Jericho.
Oh, excuse me. By the way, what's your name?
What's that?
Who are you?
Who, me? I'm the whippoorwill that cries in the night. I'm the soft morning breeze that caresses your lovely face.
You've got a name, haven't you?
Yeah, I got a name. Peter Warren.
Peter Warren. I don't like it.
Don't let it bother you. You're giving it back to me in the morning.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Warren.
The pleasure is all mine.
Number 5, Casablanca. Rick Blaine, who owns a nightclub in Casablanca, discovers his old flame Ilsa is in town with her husband, Victor Laszlo. Laszlo is a famed rebel, and with Germans on his tail, Ilsa knows Rick can help them get out of the country. Starring Humphrey Bogart, Ingrid Bergman, Paul Henreid, and directed by Michael Curtiz. Critics say an undisputed masterpiece and perhaps Hollywood's quintessential statement on love and romance, Casablanca is only improved with age, boasting career-defining performances from Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman.
I don't understand. What about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away.
No, Richard, no. What has happened to you? Last night
Last night we said a great many things. You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to one thing. You're getting on that plane with Victor where you belong.
But, Richard, no,
Now, you've got to listen to me. You have any idea what you'd have to look forward to if you stayed here? 9 chances out of 10, we'd both wind up at a concentration camp. Isn't that true, Louis?
I'm afraid Major Strasser would insist.
You're saying this only to make me go.
I'm saying it because it's true. Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
But what about us?
We'll always have Paris. We didn't have, we lost it until you came to Casablanca. We got it back last night.
When I said I would never leave you.
And you never will. But I've got a job to do, too. Where I'm going, you can't follow. What I've got to do, you can't be any part of. Ilsa, I'm no good at being noble, but it doesn't take much to see that the problems of 3 little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Someday you'll understand that. Now. He's looking at you, kid.
Number 4, Gloria. An aging divorcee embarks on an intense affair with a man she picked up at a disco. Starring Paulina Garcia, Sergio Hernandez, Diego Fontecilla, and directed by Sebastián Lelio. Critics say marvelously directed by Sebastián Lelio and beautifully led by a powerful performance from Paulina Garcia, Gloria takes an honest, sweetly poignant look at a type of character that is all too often neglected in Hollywood.
Viajemos. Vámonos al sur, 10 días, los dos solos. Vámonos al Caribe mejor. Vámonos a Cuba. ¿Estuviste en Cuba alguna vez? No. Vámonos a Cuba los dos, 10 días. Dejo la pega, dejáis la pega. Nos vamos, los dos. ¿Te gusta bailar? A mí también. Vamos a bailar a Cuba.
Córtalo nomás.
Number 3, Before Sunrise. On his way to Vienna, American Jesse meets Celine, a student returning to Paris. After long conversations forge a surprising connection between them, Jesse convinces Celine to get off the train with him in Vienna. Since his flight to the US departs the next morning and he has no money for lodging, they wander the city together, taking in the experiences of Vienna and each other. As the night progresses, their bond makes separating in the morning a difficult choice. Starring Ethan Hawke, Julie Delpy, Ernie Mangold, and directed by Richard Linklater. Critics say, thought-provoking and beautifully filmed, Before Sunrise is an intelligent, unabashedly romantic look at modern love, led by marvelously natural performances from Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy.
I know. Jean-Marc Fleury.
Jean-Marc Fleury?
We were at this summer camp together, and he was a swimmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had bleached out chlorine hair and green eyes. And to improve his times, he shaved the hair off his legs and arms.
It's disgusting.
Oh no, he was like this gorgeous dolphin. And my friend Emma had a big crush on him. So one day I was cutting, crossfield back to my room, and he came walking up beside me. And I told him, you should date Emma because she has a big crush on you. And he turned to me and said, well, that's too bad, because I have a big crush on you. So, yeah, it really scared the hell out of me because I thought he was so fine. And then he officially asked me out on a date, and, I pretended I didn't like him. I was so afraid of, what I might do, So, I went to see him swim a few times at the swim competition, and he was so sexy, really, really sexy. We kind of wrote these little declarations of love to each other at the end of the summer, and, promised we would keep writing forever and, meet again very soon. And...
Did you?
Of course not.
Well, then I think this is the opportune time to tell you that I happen to be a fantastic swimmer.
Number 2, Singin' in the Rain. A spoof of the turmoil that afflicted the movie industry in the late 1920s when movies went from silent to sound. When two silent movie stars, Don Lockwood and Lena Lamont's latest movie is made into a musical, a chorus girl is brought in to dub Lena speaking and singing. Don is on top of the world until Lena finds out. Starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor, and directed by Stanley Donen and Gene Kelly. Critics say clever, incisive, and funny, Singing in the Rain is a masterpiece of the classical Hollywood musical.
Tell me, what's your lofty mission in life that lets you sneer at my humble profession?
Well, I'm an actress. What? On the stage.
Oh, on the stage. Well, I'd like to see you act. What are you in right now? I could brush up on my English or bring along an interpreter. That is, if they'd let in a movie actor.
Well, I'm not in a play right now, but I will be. I'm going to New York.
Oh, you're going to New York, and then someday we'll all hear of you, won't we? Kathy Selden as Juliet, as Lady Macbeth, as King Lear. You'll have to wear a beard for that one, of course.
Oh, you can laugh if you want to, but at least the stage is a dignified profession. And what have you got to be so conceited about? You're nothing but a shadow on film. A shadow. You're not flesh and blood.
Oh, no?
Stop!
What could I do to you? I'm only a shadow.
You keep away from me. Just because you're a big movie star, wild party, swimming pools, you expect every girl to fall in a dead faint at your feet. Well, don't you touch me.
Fear not, sweet lady. I will not molest you. I am but a humble jester. And you are too far above me. Farewell, Ethel Barrymore. I must tear myself from your side.
And before we reveal number 1, here are some honorable mentions. Say Anything. In a charming, critically acclaimed tale of first love, Lloyd, an eternal optimist, seeks to capture the heart of Diane, an unattainable high school beauty and straight-A student. It surprises just about everyone when she returns the sentiment. But Diane's overly possessive divorce father doesn't approve, and it will take more than the power of love to conquer all. Starring John Cusack, Aoni Skye, John Mahoney, and directed by Cameron Crowe. Critics say one of the definitive Generation X movies. Say Anything is equally funny and heartfelt, and it established John Cusack as an icon for left-of-center types everywhere.
I'm sorry.
What do you want?
My father's guilty. He lied to me. He lied to everybody. I just left home. I need you.
You do?
Everything else means nothing to me. If I hurt you again, I'll die.
Hurt me again. Another chance. Don't worry about it.
I love you.
What?
I love you. How many more times do I have to say it?
One more time would be nice.
I love you. Please. I love you.
Lost in Translation. A lonely aging movie star named Bob Harris and a conflicted newlywed Charlotte meet in Tokyo. Bob is there to film a Japanese whiskey commercial. Charlotte is accompanying her celebrity photographer husband. Strangers in a foreign land, the two find escape, distraction, and understanding amidst the bright Tokyo lights after a chance meeting in the quiet lull of the hotel bar. They form a bond that is as unlikely as it is heartfelt and meaningful. Starring Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, Giovanni Ribisi, and directed by Sofia Coppola. Critics say, effectively balancing humor and subtle pathos, Sofia Coppola crafts a moving melancholy story in Lost in Translation that serves as a showcase for both Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson.
So what are you doing here?
A couple of things. Taking a break from my wife, forgetting my son's birthday, and getting paid $2 million to endorse a whiskey when I could be doing a play somewhere.
Oh.
But the good news is the whiskey works. What are you doing?
My husband's a photographer, so he's here working. And I wasn't doing anything, so I came along. And we have some friends that live here.
How long have you been married?
Oh, thank you. 2 years.
25 long ones.
You're probably just having a midlife crisis. Did you buy a Porsche yet?
You know, I was thinking about buying a Porsche.
When Harry Met Sally. In 1977, college graduates Harry Burns and Sally Albright share a contentious car ride from Chicago to New York, during which they argue about whether men and women can ever truly be strictly platonic friends. 10 years later, Harry and Sally meet again at a bookstore and, in the company of their respective best friends, attempt to stay friends without sex becoming an issue between them. Starring Billy Crystal, Meg Ryan, Carrie Fisher, and directed by Rob Reiner. Critics say Rob Reiner's touching, funny film When Harry Met Sally set a new standard for romantic comedies, and he was ably abetted by the sharp interplay between Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Yours.
Hello. I'm sorry to call so early.
Are you all right? No one I know would call at this hour.
I did something terrible.
What did you do? No one I know would call at this hour.
It's so awful.
I need to talk.
What happened? What's the matter?
Harry came over last
I
night.
went over to Sally's last night.
Because I was upset that Joe was getting married.
And one thing led to another.
And before I knew it, we were kissing.
To make
and
a long
then
story short, we did it.
They did it.
That's great, Sally.
We've been praying for
You
it.
should have done it in the first place.
For months we've been saying you should do it.
You guys belong together.
It's like killing two birds with one stone.
It's like two wrongs make a right.
How was it?
The during part was good.
I thought it was good.
But then I felt
But
suffocated.
then I guess it wasn't.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
The
I
worst.
had to get out of there.
He just disappeared.
I feel so bad.
I'm so embarrassed.
I don't blame you.
That's horrible.
I think I'm coming down with
I
something.
think I'm catching a cold.
Look, it would have been great if it worked out, but it didn't.
I should never go to bed with anyone when you found out your last boyfriend is getting married.
Who's that talking?
Who?
Is that Jess on the phone?
It's Jane Fonda on the VCR.
It's Brian Gumbel.
You
Do you
want
want
to
to come over for breakfast?
No, I'm not up to it.
No, I feel too awful.
Good. I mean, it's so early.
But call me later if you want.
I'll call you later, okay?
Okay, bye.
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 And finally, number 1, The Philadelphia Story. This classic romantic comedy focuses on Tracy Lord, a Philadelphia socialite who is split from her husband, C.K. Dexter Haven, due both to his drinking and to her overly demanding nature. As Tracy prepares to wed the wealthy George Kittredge, she crosses paths with both Dexter and prying reporter Macaulay Connor. Unclear about her feelings for all three men, Tracy must decide whom she truly loves. Starring Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, James Stewart, and directed by George Cukor. Critics say offering a wonderfully witty script, spotless direction from George Cukor, and typically excellent lead performances, The Philadelphia Story is an unqualified classic.
Tracy,
What do you want?
you're wonderful. There's a magnificence in you, Tracy.
Now, I'm getting self-conscious. It's funny, Mike, that's...
Yeah?
I don't know. Go up, I guess. It's late.
The magnificence that comes out of your eyes and your voice and the way you stand there and the way you walk. You're lit from within, Tracy. You've got fires banked down in you. Hearth fires and holocausts.
I don't seem to have made of bronze.
No, you're made out of flesh and blood. That's the blank, unholy surprise of it. Oh, you're the golden girl, Tracy. Full of life and warmth and delight. Oh, what goes on? You got tears in your eyes.
Shut up. Oh, Mike, keep talking, talk, will you?
Well, friends, that about does it for us. Be sure to stay tuned to the Rotten Tomatoes channel for more of the entertainment content that you love. And until next time, I'm your host, Naz Perez, and we'll see you back here for more Top 10s on the Rotten Tomatoes Countdown.